Hey guys, it's Ian here, and we're coming back with a brand new set of videos in 2016. This year, we're really going to focus on 3D printing and cosplay, and want to do an entire series on how you can incorporate this new technology into cosplay. And one of the questions we get all the time is, which printer should I get? Should I buy this brand or that brand? Do I need to spend $300 or $1,000? So we're going to explore that concept by going over a few of the features that are necessary and which features you don't really need when choosing your 3D printer. So the first feature that we want to talk about is the build volume or the build size of the 3D printer. Now why this is important is because it controls how big of an object you can build at any one given time. And since the fact is, most 3D printers are not big enough to allow you to build an entire suit of armor or helmet in one print, you'll have to print it up or slice it up into multiple little pieces and then glue it back together. And I would recommend that you get a build plate size of about 9 inches or 250 millimeters. This is a good size and will print most of the models that you find online and won't require you to make multiple little prints that you have to spend tons of time gluing together or slicing up models that you find online. Next, the feature that you want to look or pay careful attention to when picking a 3D printer is choosing one that prints in 1.75 filament rather than 3 millimeters. Now, if you don't fully understand, filament, or the plastic that you use to print with, comes in two sizes, 1.75 and 3 millimeters. Now, the reason you want 1.75 is because it's more readily available and more manufacturers create in this standard over 3 millimeters. Now, it's not that it's inherently bad to use 3 millimeter filament. In fact, a lot of the high-end 3D printer companies use this specification over 1.75. However, the problem with it is that it tends to be at a markup and there's fewer places that you can get the filament. So if you have the option, I would always suggest that you pick a printer that prints in 1.75 rather than 3 millimeter. The next feature that I would recommend is finding a 3D printer that has auto leveling. Now, while this isn't mandatory, I think it's great for beginners to use as it helps eliminate some of the stress of manually having to level the 3D bed and can make it much easier to start right off the bat, knowing that all your prints will be level and balanced all throughout. Another feature worth noting is having a heated bed on your 3D printer. What this allows you to do is print in a greater variety of 3D filaments, given that some types, such as ABS, require that you have a heated bed so that the print doesn't begin to warp or become misshapen during the printing process. And while you might say, I'm not going to use certain types of plastics, it's better to pay for it up front so that you have the flexibility to use a variety of different types of filaments should the need arise. So that concludes all the features that I think you should pay attention to when picking a 3D printer, as well as now, since I can't give you an exhaustive list of all the 3D printers that are out in the market, here's a list of a few printers that I think are great choices for beginners in a variety of price ranges that meet at least most, if not all, of the criteria that I've laid out previously. First on my list is the TAS5 by ulzbot. Now, I love ulzbot as a company, and in fact my first 3D printer, the ulzbot Mini, which you see here, is a great product, and they have been known for making 3D printers for quite some time. And I really like the TAS5 because it has a great print bed area, as well as not to mention the huge amount of support that there are for the ulzbot printers, and I think it's a great choice for anyone starting out in 3D printing. Second on my list is the R1 Plus by Robobot. And the reason I like this printer is that it's a nice mixture of affordability as well as great features. For a lot of 3D printers, when you add in different features such as auto leveling, a heated bed, or a really big build area, you give a price tag that is usually in the $2,000 and up range. And what makes the R1 Plus so great is that this unit usually comes in around $700, making it a great value for all the features that you get. And number 3 on my list, if you really want to go all out and buy, the top of the line 3D printer, that would be the Ultimaker 2. Now, Ultimaker has had a great reputation for many years for making some of the best printers. They would be like the Bentley of 3D printers, as they host a variety of amazing features and are known for their amazing print speed, print quality, and overall reliability of the printers. So this would be a great option if you have the money and want to just get the very best 3D printer possible. So that about wraps up our introductory guide to buying your first 3D printer. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below, as well as not to forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the other upcoming videos we have on the topic and how you can incorporate this 3D technology into your cosplay. Well, that about wraps up. Until next time.